We like to call it the Supernatural Hour. And now, our hosts.
Hey, welcome to the Supernatural Hour. This is your very productive Raven.
This is Chad.
This is Rogue.
This is Emmett.
And this is Doc.
It has been a long time since, well, I want to say since we've all been here, but we're missing Jess tonight.
Yeah, she said she needs a night to decompress, so
Yep. So
good luck with that.
Just with life, it seems like people have to pop in and out, but you know what? That's okay, because everybody listening has the same kind of days every once in a while. Okay. Emmett, what have you got for us for a new segment today? Oh, thank you.
Today, rather than talk about some obtuse piece of gear or odd what's it, as this is being broadcast, I attended Phenomenon in Vernal, Utah last weekend, and met up with my friends at Skinwalker Ranch, the cast that I worked with last year, and reconnected with them. Had a wonderful time. This, if you're not familiar with it, Phenomenon is it pretty much caters to the UFO crowd and the big and cryptid crowd, but it's very well attended for a tiny little podunk town in the middle of nowhere, Utah. And Vernal does have a very nice convention center.
And they have dinosaurs.
But I got and dinosaurs, exactly.
Ooh.
Tons of dinosaurs.
And aliens?
Lots of aliens. But I brought my own with me. But I got to talk to them again, and there may be news concerning Skinwalker Ranch and Emmett. Stay tuned for that if there is.
Ooh.
I also met, some of you may have heard of her, author Cheryl Lynn Carter, and she was just the most awesome person. We actually spent several hours together just talking. It turns out that she's also a sensitive, a very gifted sensitive, and just had a wonderful time there. So I met some other personalities. I got to see April Slaughter. Some of you may have seen her on some of the shows. She's actually a resident of Utah. So we've got a lot of paranormal names living in the area.
Awesome.
So that's it. Just kind of a report from Vernal, Utah, and Phenomenon and the Skinwalker Ranch crowd.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. We're really lucky to have Emmett on our team and being so popular.
Well,
tell him about that a little bit.
Star.
Well, I was there during the Skinwalker panel. I only attended for Saturday. I could only get up there for Saturday. But I managed to talk to the cast before their panel. And while they were up there talking, the episode that I was on with my friends Rich Tenney and Dave Moulton, they were both part of that team, very much so. They just don't happen to be paranormal investigators also, and don't attend UFO conventions.
So, Emmett, which episode was that you were on?
That was season 3, episode 4. So that episode keeps coming up as the cast's favorite episode to date, just because we actually got the best UFO or IAP footage evidence to date, and it was witnessed by everybody there.
That's awesome.
The cast, the crew. You don't see it. You just see the cast and whatever guest investigators they happen to have with them. But there are at least a dozen other production people there filming on sound, producers. It's pretty busy.
Do you know the title or the topic of the episode? What was the main theme?
Scoped Out. Scoped Out is the title of the episode. It was originally broadcast in May. So you should be able to stream that from the History Channel or, your favorite streaming service. They're filming season 4 right now. And here's some news. Instead of just 10 episodes next season, they're going to have 14.
Oh, very awesome.
So that's cool. Yeah.
All right. And how many of those episodes do you think you're going to be in?
I would be. I don't know.
And he's probably not at liberty to say.
However,
We'll see.
that sounds awesome.
We will see, Rogue.
We'll be watching. All right. Well, that's awesome, Emmett.
That's all I've got.
So,
Oh, one more thing. Wait a minute. This is important.
waiting.
Yep. While they were talking about that episode, Travis actually mentioned that one of the astronomers from that episode was in the audience, and he mentioned my name and said, "Chuck, stand up." And I did, and I received a solid round of applause. It
Aw.
was very satisfying. So,
One of Emmett's many talents is he's also an astronomer.
and that's why I was called there, not as a paranormal investigator, but as an astronomer. Of course, I did sneak some paranormal gear on there, and we'll save that for another podcast.
Awesome. So Jess isn't here, so we'll hear about her stone next podcast. As far as the paranormal junk drawer, I also went somewhere. Chad golfed all day, so I went to the Oddities and Curiosities Expo that they had in Sandy, Utah. And so I just wanted to tell you about it. I think it was really cool, but there's a but. There were so many people there that, I don't know, I couldn't get to the booths very well. I don't like a lot of people. And what I mean by that, I don't...
You just hate people.
I just
That's
Do
hate
tell.
people. I hate people. No, big crowds make me
Wow.
anxious. I don't like to be around a ton of people. And so I walked in. I got there, and there was so many people. I thought, holy cow. But I noticed there was a gun show, too. And I'm like, well, it's Utah. Everyone's at the gun show. No, everyone was at the Oddities and Curiosities Expo. So I did walk, the entire expo. I looked at all the booths from afar. I would have loved to have gotten closer into the booths and kind of, dug around a little bit more. Every single booth was cool. They had some really, really fun stuff. But it wildly popular. I did manage to get into a booth that had creepy dolls, and everyone knows I've got my creepy haunted doll.
Yeah. Did you buy anything? Is my
I
first
bought
question.
a new haunted doll. So now I've got Sloan, my first creepy haunted doll, and now I have Cordelia, my second creepy haunted doll, and I'll put a picture of her on TikTok.
Please.
And
do.
we can put a picture of her here on YouTube, too.
Yes. So we'll put Cordelia on there. Overall, I think I would like to go to it again. Maybe when there's fewer people, because the booths looked fantastic.
So did it only
get
run for the one day?
Yeah, but I do have here. I'll give you some information, because I know that not everybody that listens to us lives in Utah. So it's the Oddities and Curiosities Expo.com. Spell out and Oddities and Curiosities Expo, all one word.com. So they will be in Las Vegas on all these are Saturdays. Las Vegas on September 17th. Denver on October 1st, Portland, Oregon on October 22nd, Seattle, Washington on October 29th, Tampa, Florida on November 5th, and Oklahoma City on November 19th.
And if you're watching us on YouTube in the future, that is 2022.
Yes. So I think it was fabulous. Everybody in the state thought it was fabulous because they were all there, except for Chad. He was golfing.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I missed it.
I would like to go again, hopefully, and have fewer people there. Or, they really need to run it 2 days. They need to say, there are so many people here. We're going to run it on a Friday and Saturday, or Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, maybe.
That was my only issue. It's just too many people. But
Well, as
they're
an
not
ex-vendor,
complaining.
That's not bad for the vendors.
At $10 to $15 a pop just to get in,
They're
were
doing okay.
loving it. They're like, yeah, we don't care.
Yeah, they were
So
making
anyway.
some money.
But it was good. They had some really fun decorations and
Interesting oddities.
interesting little, I can't even, funky taxidermy. They had haunted dolls. They
Steampunk
had
stuff.
Steampunk stuff. They had, creepy paintings and artwork and, octopuses and glass balls and anything you would need for your Halloween creepy spooky needs. It was there. So, you guys know I love Halloween, so it was really cool.
So the Junk Drawer is brought to you by the Hub Theater. the Town Hub Theater. Again, that's where we're having our Dead Talks presentations. And come on out to the Town Hub Theater and see our Dead Talk presentations.
Yep. All right.
All right. Thanks, Chad. We want to talk about some investigations, but we haven't had any investigations. So we want to talk about our public investigation that I was not at. So I can't wait to hear about it.
It was actually a lot of fun. So it was our insiders investigation. So if you're one of our patrons, you get to come to an annual barbecue, which is
And I had so
fantastic.
much fun
Wasn't
hanging
that
out
fun?
that night. Yeah, with our regulars that just are so supportive all the time. We love seeing you.
You know,
It
we
was
tell
wonderful.
them, yeah, we bring we bring the main dish and drinks, and we tell everybody to bring sides. And this is our third year we've done this,
Third or fourth.
third or fourth. And I tell you what, our regulars, our insiders, bring the most fantastic sides.
Those ghost cookies were awesome.
I was gonna say, who brought those ghost cookies?
I can't
Um,
believe you didn't bring me one back.
I did, but I ate it on the way. I'm sorry.
Is it Val?
I think it was Val. I could see her face, but her name was gone. I think it was Val.
Those were awesome.
They were very good. But I mean, the
Thank you, Val.
salads and the mac and cheese, I mean, everything was like, diet goes out the window. I can't eat carbs, but I did, and I paid for it, but it was worth every...
Emmett's wife's mac and cheese is awesome.
It is worth
Oh,
feeling like crap for.
Yeah, it's like crack.
It is.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
everybody's
down.
was delicious.
There was not one thing there that was like, oh, don't eat that one. Everything's great.
And it was really sad that we had leftover Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets to bring home.
Yeah, I bet you thought that was real sad. huh,
Well,
Chad?
not for very long, because my kids inhaled them. I was like, hey, I'm going to go down and have some leftover. I guess not.
You shouldn't have told them.
I didn't tell them. It's just there in the fridge.
They smelled it out. They smelled it.
Need to hide it in my
They
fridge.
sensed it.
Yeah, Raven has a philosophy that you need to make sure that you bring well more than enough to an event.
Well, you know, I can either cook for me or for small countries. There's no in between. Or at
You know,
least
my dad
order
was
food.
an Air Force cook in Korea, and he could cook anything as long as it was for 100 people.
That's awesome. So we ended up investigating Payson City Park in Payson, Utah. And Payson, I don't know what it is about Payson, but
It's haunted.
it's very everywhere is haunted. We've had mediums there that are like, "Holy cow, this is the most haunted place we've ever seen."
Well, you got Petite Neat School that we've done our investigation at. We did one at
Teammate's awesome.
the Dalton's restaurant, which has since closed, but that was an awesome investigation.
Yes, we've done 2 hair salons. We've done countless residentials. And Payson City Park, I mean, you know, like most towns, there's a few, but this is like the main old one. There's an old bandstand there that's over 100 years old. Little plug for them. During the summer, between Memorial Day and Labor Day, they have a Sunday band concert every Sunday. So go to it. They're fantastic. There used to be an old log cabin on the site. They've since moved that. There is an old bear cage. When I say bear cage, at one time, you know, back in like the 1920s or something, they tried to build a little zoo. And all that's left is the bear cage. We've called that for years, and a lot of people don't know that it actually had a bear in it at one time. So now it's, you know, got lawnmowers and stuff like that.
Raven,
Yeah.
were you aware of the portal on the south side of that little bear cage structure?
No, but it doesn't surprise me.
I found just a very prominent portal there, and our good friend Ethan, who was with us, hey Ethan, confirmed it. And you know, his gift is so incredible. He actually defined the shape and size because he could see it.
Wow.
And it was amazing.
That's awesome.
And a couple of other people, some of our regulars were there, and a couple of them could feel it. So yeah, it was palpable. It was very much there, and it was totally cool.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah, there's a old millstone that's there. Right across the street is an old mortuary. It's the site of not the Black Hawk War. The Black Hawk War was more east of us in the Plains area, but there was a Black Hawk War here.
The Utah version.
Yeah. Black Hawk War 2.0. Black Hawk War
Name a
out west.
state without an Indian war in it.
Right. So just it's you drive past it and you think, oh, that's a cute little park, but it's pretty haunted. So
Wow. It was. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. That Payson Park was wonderful.
yeah, Ethan actually brought his mom with him, and I've known her for many years. She's just the neatest lady. But they found a female spirit sitting on a bench. She didn't know that she had passed. She was a little confused. So we went and...
Was that the child or the adolescent?
I think she was more like a teen, maybe late teens, early 20s. So we went and chatted
I felt
with
her too. Yep.
Yeah. She just didn't know that she'd passed, and she was really confused what was going on. So we just chatted with her, and she knew how to cross. She just, once we kind of helped her see that she had indeed passed, and we said, do you know how to cross? And she's like, yeah. So then she left.
Park full of people is pretty tempting to just hang around. I imagine.
Well, and then that park also has quite a large little pond. I know I said large and little in the same.
It's like
sentence.
giant shrimp.
Yeah, but for
I
a
went
little
over there.
pond,
That was-
it's quite big.
yeah.
So there's some water going on there. There was a man walking a fox because it is, small town Utah.
A real man walking a real fox.
A real man walking his real fox on a leash.
Which is not weird at all.
I actually didn't get a chance to do much investigating myself because I was running here and there and here and there. But I do know that Skylar and Vivian ran into a Type 3. They seem to like Skylar a lot.
Oh, they were. Yeah, that was at the bandstand,
Mm-hmm.
wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. I remember that. They were there for a while.
Yeah, they were talking that one for a long time.
Yep.
And then two of our insiders, I'll just call them the Bobsey twins. They know who they are. We love you. They come to everything together. They're fun. They were talking to some spirits, and we were kind of getting ready to go because, the park has a curfew. I tried to circumvent the curfew. Couldn't. And, I was looking around. I mean, it's just the city park, but you don't want to just leave and be like, we're just leaving you alone. So I was like, okay, they're gone. They left. I saw them go. Looks like it's just us. And then we were getting ready to go. We were just kind of standing around talking, and eating cookies. Here they come walking up. Hey. I was like, oh, thought you'd gone. But they had actually spent a lot of time talking to some spirits. So it was a really good night.
Yeah.
It was. And thanks to you and Chad for playing host. That was amazing. I can't wait for next summer.
Yeah, and thanks to all of our patrons for making it all possible and making the podcasts possible.
Exactly.
Yeah, they do so much for us. The costs of hosting, the websites, and all of the things that they do, and we really appreciate
we become
that.
Facebook friends and real life friends with so many of these people, and it's just so nice to reconnect with them. All during the season, and when we have events, it's just so good to see them and get caught up again. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
So thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming out.
Absolutely. And if you want to come and do this next year, we try to take you to, someplace that we don't take the general public. If you want to come and just have a really fun, low-key ghost hunt and some fantastic food and even better camaraderie, hop onto the Patreon page and see what works for you. And
Yeah, become a patron.
the more the merrier.
For the patrons, this event is of no cost other than whatever they decide to bring for the
For your side.
for their side and their monthly patron contribution to help us with the Supernatural Hour.
Yep. And with your, there's all different pay levels, and you get swag. We send you stuff.
So, yeah, go
Nice
out and do
stuff.
that.
Yep. There are perks, people.
Oh, yeah. Be sure to check us out on YouTube, Advanced Paranormal, Supernatural Hour, as well as TikTok. We have hundreds of videos probably at this point.
Yes, we
If you
do.
look on YouTube. Yeah, sometimes there's some pictures that are pertinent and relevant to what we discuss. Yeah, I think we have 250 or so YouTube followers at this point in time, and a couple thousand on TikTok. I think we're getting close to 3,000. Is that right?
Yeah, so a couple little shout outs to those of you who are listening on YouTube. Thank you.
3,000 shout outs.
We have gotten so many more views. Get your friends to subscribe. We really need 1,000 subscribers. We're a quarter of the way there. And I know we
Yeah.
have a lot of people. Just go hit subscribe. It'll take you 1 second.
And when you watch
And-
the YouTube videos, also hit the likes. That really helps with the algorithms as
Yeah.
more likes are done.
Yeah.
And do what we did.
5-star reviews. 5-star reviews on any of the podcasting platforms. I'm not sure exactly how many people we have listening on podcasts, but we're on iHeartRadio, we're on Apple, we're on Spotify. And yeah, the more 5-star reviews and the more subscribers we have, the more likely other people are to find our content.
Yeah, and do what we do. Just force all your friends and family and neighbors to subscribe. It's really easy. You just pull it up on your phone, say, hey, what's your login? You log in for them. Anyway.
So for the business, we've got some upcoming events. It's spooky season. Things get pretty exciting.
Some upcoming events.
Well, yeah, we'll go over them real quick.
If you need us in October, sorry, tough luck.
Thursday, October 13th from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m., we're having a library presentation at the Chapman Library in Salt Lake City. Friday, October 14th, we're having a library presentation at the Central Park Library in Salt Lake City. Friday, October 21st, a library presentation at the American Fork Library in American Fork. And Wednesday, October 26th from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m., another library presentation at the Springville Library in Springville. On Saturday, October 29th from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m., we're going to do another Dead Talks, a Paranormal Experience at the Town Hub Theater in American Fork. So that's a pretty good slate of events for spooky season. In addition,
And there's more.
and
But wait.
there's more. The Indian Hills Horror Free Haunted Residential Haunt at 2817 West, 950 North in Provo, Utah, will be running their haunt. They've been doing that for, I don't know, it's like 17 or 18 years now. It will be on Friday, October 18th and Saturday, October 19th from 8 p.m. till 11 p.m. and on Monday, October 31st, or Halloween, from 8 p.m. till 10 p.m.
Raven, didn't you live cast from there last year?
From where?
From the haunt,
That
the
event.
Indian Hills Haunt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
That was that was awesome.
I was listening. I just didn't put it
Give
together.
those TikTokers a preview.
I know. It was, yeah,
I
we
mean,
did a
you can't beat
walkthrough.
free, man. Every year we get people who come and say, "Man, I just paid $20 to go to a different haunted house,"
And it wasn't as good.
so keep that in mind.
What did we
Yeah,
have, about
yeah.
1,800 last year?
I'll take 'em in my basement for 10, but you know.
Is it pretty scary?
Yeah. Just don't trip on any crap.
That's awesome.
Are you talking about your basement?
I am. I still haven't cleaned up from the earthquake.
You had an
Tell
earthquake?
people that.
It's disappointing. You don't want to know.
The earthquake like 2 years ago.
Like 4 years ago.
Well, that was a long
Has it
time
been
ago.
4 years
Yeah, I
ago?
know. Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
and we're 4 miles from the epicenter, so the basement took the brunt of it, and it's just. I'll get to it.
All right. So, just kind of a heads up for those of you that are regular listeners, and if you're not, for shame. The next podcast you hear will be our first one in October, and we're doing kind of as if you know us, we do, Halloween spooky. Well, all of our podcasts are spooky. We talk about ghost people. But we always do kind of a specific Halloween centered thing, and that will start next podcast. So look forward to our Halloween series.
That sounds like fun.
That's all. Just
Tis
So?
the season.
it is. La, 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 la.
Our business and events have been brought to you by Oteo's Restaurant, a fine Mexican restaurant. They're delicious. If you're watching this on the YouTube, take a look up at those delicious looking plates.
Stay spooky, my haunty friends.
Have a good night.
Love you, Nicholas.
See you later.
Have a good one.
You've been listening to the Supernatural Hour at AdvancedParanormal.com. The Supernatural Hour is part of the Radio Ronin network found at RadioRonin.com. Copyright by Advanced Paranormal Services.